Plaintiff Gloria Calhoun Lewis says the defendant is her daughter, and she says their relationship is so strained that it recently turned violent. Gloria repossessed a vehicle from her daughter because she stopped paying for it. And as Gloria was driving away, her daughter started smashing the windows with a shovel. Gloria is suing for the unpaid car payments and emotional distress. Defendant Brittany Calhoun admits that she doesn't have a good relationship with her mother, and she blames the fact that her mother is controlling. Brittany claims her mother repossessed her car 3 different times, and she insists she doesn't owe for the car payments because her mother told her that she didn't have to pay.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Tell me what happened.
Well, first of all, Judge, I'd like to say I'm honored to be in your presence today. My husband and I, we tape your show every single day, and we just think you're terrific.
All right.
In fact, we brought you a little souvenir from Pittsburgh.
Thank you, Judge.
So my husband wanted
Honored to meet you, Judge Mathis.
that,
And we
please.
brought this half my wife from the 6-time world champion Pittsburgh Steelers to let you know we appreciate you.
My favorite team.
What about the Lions?
The Lions.
Yeah, the Lions.
I told you who my favorite team
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, sir, I am here suing my daughter today. It pains me to have to come to court to do this, but in the last couple of years, our relationship has kind of deteriorated, and I really don't know why. And it took a turn for the worse back in January. I went to talk to her to find out why she hadn't been returning my calls, why she hadn't been communicating with me, and it just really it turned into violence. For the last
How so?
I went there to talk to her, but she thought I was coming to get her car. So it ended up that I ended up taking the car, and because I took the car, she became violent.
You took the car, why?
Because she hadn't been making the car payments.
Okay.
But I go back to, for my daughter, I mean, at one time I was on welfare. I was impoverished. She saw me work for years, through nights and days, studying. I have 2 master's degrees right now. I have a wonderful job. I'm married. And I just want the same thing for her. So sometimes I can be over controlling or bossy or whatever she wants to call it, but I just want her to succeed in life. And that's what I try to get across to her. So she just ignores me sometimes when I try to give her advice. So that's why I went there in January. When I went to talk to her, she was angry. She threw the keys at me because that's why she thought I came. I went outside to get into the car to drive it away because that's why she thought I was there. She came out.
If you went and drove it away.
But no, I came to talk to her.
All right, so why'd you drive the car away?
Because she threw the keys at me and she hadn't been paying for it. And I asked her why.
And that's why, ma'am. Don't act like that's not part of the reason you went. If she hadn't been paying for it, you knew you were going to take that car back at some point.
Yeah, at some
Well,
point.
then that's the point you were doing it. But go ahead.
But so when I went to drive the car away, it was covered in snow. I was in the car starting it. She came out with something and started banging on the car. So I couldn't see. So I get out the car. She's got this mug trying to break the windows. So she runs back towards the porch and grabs a shovel. So she comes towards the car with the shovel and she's telling me, you know, if you're going to take the car, I'm going to damage it. So I tackle her. We're rustling in the snow. So so I'm screaming. I'm like, Tasha, her roommate, please call the police, call the police, call the police. So she runs out. She's like, oh my God. So she grabs her. She goes, Miss Chloe, just get in the car and drive away. Just drive away. So I jump back in the car. My heart's pounding. I start to drive away. She starts attacking the car with the shovel. So she breaks the windows out. So I couldn't move the car fast enough because it was entrenched in snow. So finally I was able to back down the street because all the windows were covered, but the back window was shattered. So I backed all the way down the street and I drove over a couple streets and parked the car. My car was still parked in front of her house. So I get up and I run out like 3 or 4 blocks, run back to her house to get to my car. So I get to my car and I drive my car back. I call the police because I'm thinking I can't drive 2 cars. What's going to happen? Is she going to come? Is she going to go to the house? I don't know what to do. I'm just flustered. I call the police. They come. So when they get there, there's about 3 cars. I explain what happened. The 1 car went back to the house. When they go to the house, she was gone. So I called my husband, I called my mother, I called the insurance company, I had the car.
Did the police ever contact her?
No, they went to the house she was going. They told me I would have to press charges.
Let me allow her to defend herself.
Well, I just want to respond to some of that. It's correct. Me and my mother, we don't have the perfect relationship. And
why do you think?
I think it just has a lot to do with our personality. She's very, very controlling, and I like to basically just make my own choices.
How long has she been that way?
All my life. Okay. All my life. So
at some point, don't you think she needed to be very controlling? Like when you were in the 3rd grade?
But I'm 24
baby.
now.
No, you said all your life. When did you not want her to control you?
When I became an adult.
Oh, at age 18.
It's not that I don't want her input in my life, but just it shouldn't have to be her way or nothing else.
After 18, I believe you're right. And particularly if she's not providing your sustenance, if she's not providing food, shelter, and clothing, I think you're right. She wasn't?
She did provide me with a car.
Well, I think she should have a lot of input because she's putting up a lot of money.
But
you should say, Mama, don't give me a dime, and I'm grown. I don't want your car. I don't want your food. I don't want your shelter. I don't want any of that. And therefore, I don't want your advice or your strong suggestion because I'm so independent, Mama. I'll never need you again, Mama. So stop advising me. Stop trying to strongly suggest that I go and get a degree so I can take care of myself. Stop trying to strongly suggest that I live a productive life. Stop it. I don't need you. Never will need you. Never thought of telling her that? Turning the car in? Hey, Mama, I don't need your car. Quit talking to me about this. Here, take your car. Matter of fact, that's what you were doing when you threw them keys at her, weren't you?
There was a point where I did tell her that about maybe a year ago because my mother's taken my car 3 times.
Give me some examples of her controlling ways.
If I don't answer her phone calls or if she can't find me, she calls my friends.
Worried about you. What else?
True.
Any other way that she's been over-controlling?
The men that I date, the school that I go to, the job that I work, where I choose to live.
What has she done regarding that?
The men that I date?
Yes, ma'am.
My ex-boyfriend, she didn't approve of him.
Okay. It's not controlling. That's just expressing your opinion.
But since I was dating him.
Why didn't she approve of him? Just curious.
Because to him, he was not a good person.
Excuse me, Judge.
Yes.
Because he was a thug.
All right.
He was a thug, and he was violent towards her.
Was he?
And he cheated on her.
Was he violent towards you?
There were moments.
Okay, good enough. What else? How about school? Didn't like a man who beat you. What else?
Maybe the school that I attend, if not my choices, and maybe of not going to full time to school and maybe working also.
Gotcha. A way that you can become self-sufficient and not have to drive her car all your life. And perhaps that's why you're suing her today about car payments?
Yes, sir. In November of 2006, we bought the car in February. The first car payment was due. It was made clear that we buy this car, you'll take over the car, you'll pay the car payments. So the car payment was $232, but with the car insurance and the OnStar, it was over $300. But I said, just give.
How many months did she miss, ma'am?
15 months. From 2006 to now.
Young lady?
Well, you would have to know my mother. 15 months. Anyone who would give someone a car and they miss 15 months payments. Most of the months she would say, but if she tells me, well, don't pay the payment this month, Brittany, because you have this going on, or because you have to pay these bills or buy this, it's okay. Don't try to sue me a year or 2 later.
Young lady, you're a bad child. You are a bad child to your parent. That is my opinion. But I believe many other people here today and viewing today would agree with me. You get in here talking about, well, who would give their child a car and they don't pay for 15 months, even though they owe? Yeah, I owed it, but she should have gotten it before. She shouldn't have paid it on my behalf. And yeah, she's controlling because she don't want me to be with a man that beats me. Yeah, she's controlling because she wants me to go to school and be a productive citizen.
Sir, I'd just like to respond to her about the car payments. That I didn't put in the months that I told her not to pay. These are the months she was supposed to pay. So if you add that in there.
Anything else from you, young lady?
No.
All right. Does your witness want to speak?
She could actually be my witness.
Okay. She switched up at the last minute. Come on up. State your name.
Okay. My name is Natasha Smith. I can just attest to the fact that her mother does display some controlled behavior.
Like what?
For instance, when I'm not sure if she's not able to get in contact with Brittany, but I also receive numerous phone calls and text messages.
Asking where she is.
Yes.
That's all?
Yeah.
That's the only controlling issue you want to mention?
Yeah, no.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
All
yes.
right. Thank you.
Thank
Find
you.
your daughter, you call and try and find your young daughter. Sir, did you want to speak?
Yes, sir. Yes.
State your name.
Patrick Lewis, Judge.
What do you want to tell me?
6 years that Gloria and I have been together, and at the time Brittany was 17, just graduating high school. And, you know, I went to Brittany, I sat down, I talked with Brittany because I moved in with them. And I told Brittany, I said, Brittany, I'm here for you. I'm not here to try to take over. I said, I'm here to help you. I want to be the father that you never had. I said, you know, and I support you. And I truly believe in this young lady, Judge Mathis, that she can make it in life, and she's very smart, very intelligent. And so I'm between a rock and a hard place of two women in my life who I love very much.
You're not the only one that has a rebellious child. I wasn't a good child to my mother until the last few months of her life. But thank God I was able to wake up, and you better wake up before your mother is no longer there for you. So you're not alone in that, but you got to give her a little tough love. Like, you know, perhaps you shouldn't have given her the car in the first place if she was not meeting the goals and objectives that you believe she needed to meet in order to be a productive person who can take care of herself. I know you feel the way you do because you lived in poverty and you lived on welfare. And so you know what it takes in education to overcome poverty. And you're exactly right. And that's why you want her to be a productive person. So don't feel bad. I mean, just you're part of a club. You're part of a club whose children rebel against them and they act out in a bad manner toward their parents. I don't know when and if that's going to happen to me. I have 4 children and I don't think I'm going to be exempt from that. You know, I'm not going to be standing here crying, no.
It's so just I love her.
Well, let her know that and then call it a day. All right. Do you love her?
Yes.
All right. Well, show me some love. Give me a sign. Show me a sign that y'all love each other. Let's see some hugs. Come on. Let's see some hugs. Meet her in the middle. All right. That's love. All right. You still got to pay that money, though. $5,000 for the plaintiff.
I don't want us to have to go through this. I don't want to have to go through this ever again. But I think we need counseling. I think we need something to help us to find why we have these issues.
I really don't want to do this interview right now. I don't want to do this.